Welcome back to the Bracket Life brand YouTube channel. Alex says we're going racing.
We are excited to be back. I know it's been a long time since we've done a vlog. We totally realize that a lot has changed in the last, I guess it's been 9 months since our last vlog. As you can tell, we have a 6-month-old baby. We moved to Jasper. And so working on our race cars has become a lot easier because on a Monday night, we can just walk across the road. I don't know if you can see our house. Nope. It's like right there. That's my parents' house. But yeah, so it's become a lot easier to work on the race cars. So we're about 2 weeks out. We're heading to Pittsburgh for, what's it called?
Staging lights.
Staging lights.
I don't know.
I can't remember. This is terrible. But anyways, we're heading to Pittsburgh and we're starting our season off in April. So we're super excited and we're going to take you along on our journey.
And Nick's going to drag week in September.
First things first, we are going to start with the dragster tires on Brandon's car. Luckily, they are both bead locks, which is going to make our job switching the tires much easier. Of course, the plan is always to try and do the task together so that we can get it done quicker. Since having little Alex, we don't have much spare time in our schedule, so the initial plan was to start on Monday and work in about 2 to 3 hour increments before it was her bedtime. Obviously, you can tell in this video, she was not having it, so I was not able to help much, but we do what we can. Can you say hi to all of our YouTube subscribers? Say, I wasn't having a very good time, so now me and Mommy are just supervising Dad. No crying. Say we're watching Uncle Nick. He's working on his car, getting ready for drag week in September. Definitely has more work to do than we do. As you can see, Brandon is finishing off those tires, getting them all torqued up and ready to go before we put air in them. You can see we were talking about what is next on the list, and of course we want to get those tires balanced and then start working on the tires for Daniel's car. But of course, as soon as we looked at the time, it was 10 to 9, which meant it was little Alex's bedtime, and that was the end of our Monday night. We were also super exhausted, so it kind of worked out. But stay tuned because we will be back tomorrow. It's Tuesday night and we are back at the race shop. Brandon is working on balancing the dragster tires before we start working on Daniel's dragster. We have to do his tires as well. Little Miss Alex hanging out. We dressed her in black. We did not make that mistake again, as we got her covered in grease yesterday in her little pink outfit. Here's the little tire balancer here.
When Rachel says that we won't make the mistake of dressing her in pink again, that is a her issue, because this is not the first time I have ruined a pink outfit with dirty hands. So we're firing. We just have a bubble balancer. I can show you one with the tire off. So all we do, put it on, and then obviously, I don't know if you can see it on there, we get the bubble in the center, then it's balanced. If you take that weight off, then it'll sway to one side. So we just kind of find what's good, and then stick some weights on there, and away we go. So that's worked for us for, I don't know how long Mike's been doing this. I think mainly they use these, I think it's on motorcycle tires, I have no idea, but maybe not. Sounds good though. But yeah, so that's what we use on these. So we'll do mine and then put them on my car, swap it over, start changing dukes. We're gonna put tubes, you can see the tubes there, in his car. Not sure how much is gonna get ran this year, so I'm sure I say that every year. Or, well, we'll see. See what happens. But yeah, then if it's sitting around or sitting in a trailer, then I don't want those tires sitting flat. While we were doing a little bit of spring check over, I noticed on here, the mount for the front of the motor plate here had a bit of a crack through where the hole goes. So then obviously a little late to show you now, but I have the other one. It's just a little mount like that, rides in the front of your motor plate, and then sits on the frame rail and then straps to the chassis, so then the engine can't go anywhere. So then yeah, we had a little crack right across the front on the other one, and then we had some cracks just in the chrome on this. So I took them both off, got them all cleaned up, and then put them back together. Nick got the TIG welder out for us, gave her a little spot on there, so it made it a little stronger. Yeah, and we're back in business, so good to go. Just gonna throw these on, then we'll put the car down, and then we'll start on Daniel's tires.
Brandon is finishing placing the mounts back on the motor plate, put the car down, and now it's time to use the jack to lift up Daniel's car, take the wheels off, and start putting the new tire tubes and tires on the rims. And of course, this is where we start to find some issues. We decided to use used tire tubes, which clearly was our first problem. We weren't sure if there was different tire tube sizes. We were told they were all the same, but we decided to take a new tire tube out of the box just to double check. We had Nick come over, take a look, just verify, as he's done tire tubes before. Anyways, we kind of decided, yep, we're just gonna try it. Things look good. Get the tires all ready to go. We torque all the tires and then realize we just torqued them to the wrong torque. After realizing we set the torque wrench to the wrong torque, Brandon had to retorque all four. But that is a wrap on tonight.
That's
Cleaning up. Yes, wrap on
a little slower when you have a baby.
night 2. That's right. We can only get about 2 hours at a time before it is bedtime for this little munchkin over here. So yeah, we'll be back for another night to continue working. Just made dinner. The kitchen is a total write-off. I have a screaming baby right over here. Hey, see, Mama got her soother for her. We got dinner packed, and we are headed over to the shop for day 3 of working on the race cars. First things first, we need to put air in the tires. So Brandon started off by putting air in the tires. Again, I guess there's quite a technique to getting this done and making sure that the tube is not kind of stuck in between the tire and the rim. So my dad came over just to kind of help us out, make sure we were doing it right. There was no issues, which you'll see later on was a complete waste of time because we ended up having to redo them. But in the meantime, I was hanging out with Alex as she was a little bit fussy. We got the playpen out, hoping that that would be a little bit better and that I could help. But of course, that did not really work as we planned.
We took the tires off, and I suspected they were going to be cracked. We haven't, I don't think, wore a rotor out yet, but they do crack like that. So we got some fresh ones. I think just after a lot of use and getting hot and cold, and then you see them start to kind of egg out a little bit here. So they'll disform. So we'll throw some new rotors on and be ready to go and have the Duke ready to stop again. So that's it for tonight. It's Thursday. I don't know if she already said that. Yeah, been plugging off through the week. Last night we took a night off. Now got it all back together. Brakes are done. Didn't have to put new brake pads. There was still a lot of meat left on those, so that was all good. Only changed the rotors, like I said, because obviously quite the cracks. We'll let those sit. I've never done tires with tubes in them, if that didn't look obvious in the video earlier. But Mike came, helped out, made sure they were all good. Not a big deal, right? The trick, I guess, the whole thing, a lot of baby powder, and got to get the air, work the air out around the tube. So that was what I was nervous of. We were all good, worked out. Put stuff away. We're almost ready. Well, the white car's ready. That thing will go. Put some Zeus fasteners in it, and we can race it tomorrow. So we're all good. But it's almost bedtime for Miss Alex. Oh, sleepy girl.
Sleepy girl.
Yeah. Having something to eat. Having her dinner. Rachel made dinner. Mac and cheese with shrimp in it. So that was pretty good. We had a couple other pieces of chicken too. So she kind of mixed it all up. The key to a great mac and cheese though is the breadcrumbs. That's my favorite part. Mix them on top, mix them in a little bit, give it a little crunch. But yeah, that's it for Thursday. We'll keep it going. I don't know how many. We'll see what tomorrow brings. I'm supposed to go to Belleville for the weekend, so probably end up doing that. But we'll have some more videos as we kind of finish these cars up and get on the road. I'm ready to go racing.
So back we go to put in brand new tire tubes this time. So, luckily my dad was there and was able to help, so we got this done much quicker than we expected.
Hanging out now, getting closer and closer. What's today, Randy? Wednesday?
There we are, Wednesday.
We had 9 days before we're going racing, and we had Duke's transmission tore apart on the bench. Everything's looking good so far. The old resident training expert, Randy and Nick hanging out.
Tranny specialist right
That's
here.
right.
Yeah.
Alex learning all about it. Whole crew hanging out. And we got the pizza set up over there, so we're doing all right so far. So no big issues, which is good. So if this all goes well, have her back together tomorrow night in the race car and running on Saturday. Once the transmission's mounted up on the bench, we get the pan off, start taking apart the valve body, get everything else from the inside torn out, check it over, make sure some clearances are all good, so kind of decide what way we're gonna head with it. Get it all cleaned up, clean the case, the pan, everything out, and then, you know, mount it back up and start assembly. So throwing everything in, like I said, checking clearances as we go, make sure the pump's mounted right, and then flip it up underneath, kind of start doing the valve body after that, get everything torqued in, make sure it functions the way it should. Something nice that we have here at Ogilvy's is a transmission dyno that we made. We just got it set up probably a couple months ago now, so kind of first time you guys are seeing it online. So all the transmissions that we do, like a Power Glide or a Turbo 400 for race cars that we run through, we'll mount it up on this dyno, run through, we'll check the pressure, make sure the pressure's good, make sure all the gears work, everything functions, and fire up the unit.
Now that both cars are loaded and ready to go, we are off to the races. Stay tuned for part 2.